Howdy, it's Liz again. I've been participating in the 12 Days of Christmas challenge from the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook page, and all of my videos were done and I was minding my own business, cleaning up the craft room, and I was inspired to make another video. You know how that is, you're cleaning things up and you go, ooh, this would make such a lovely, and it was this leftover Christmas card. As you can tell from the shine on it, it's pretty high gloss. It's got sparkly little packages on the front, and I had thought about doing another project with these, and I printed off some papers online, and they just called my name as I was putting them away. This I got at the craft store as part of a large package. I don't even think it had a manufacturer's name on it. These pages are printed off from a source that I found called Pixel Scrapper. And it's a group of people who make digital scrapbook paper, and every month the designers pick a color scheme and a theme. And this is from their 2018 Christmas, and they did sort of a vintage look, which I really liked. And I printed off a couple of sheets, and this is by a particular designer, and I'm afraid I don't have the woman's name in front of me. Most of them are for personal use only. This particular one was for commercial use, and I just loved the vintage look of the papers. So I already had them folded in half, so I'm just going to have to go with it for this. But I decided that together these would make a good embellishment book. This card is already in book form, essentially, and since I already have the papers folded, my thought was that I would lay them out so that I could make a double layer of pockets on each side of the card. And when I put pockets into a book, I like to put them so that they're towards the center if I'm actually going to use them. So if anything falls out, it falls towards the center and not out of the book. So what I think I'm going to do is just give you a little layout idea here. I have room to put tags 3 across here. And then I have a couple of larger pieces that would be bigger than that. So I was thinking I'd make the pocket in the front layer a 2-pocket pocket, and either glue or sew. And I'll probably just glue today because the sewing machine I'd have to stop the video for and all that stuff. So I'll either glue or tape the little separations between the pockets. But I can see from this layout, this is really white here. And because this is the high gloss paper stock, I know that if I spray it or stamp it, it is going to take forever to dry. And one of the things that I have done when I needed a little quick coloring that I didn't want to invest all the drying time in is I have gone ahead and used a little pad and stamp and colored it. And this is old paper, which I'm hoping will coordinate with the vintagey looking stuff I've got picked out. And it is, I'm just trying to knock back the white. It's got a hint of green that you can probably see, and we'll just give it a little go over here and color this up a little bit on either side of the fold. I haven't done a lot of these challenges in any of the groups that I've been in. I don't usually participate because my life tends to be a little crazy, and at the moment it's a little less crazy, so I thought I would have a go at it, and I have really enjoyed it. It's given me the opportunity to do some things that I wouldn't ordinarily do, and try some new things out. And if you can see, I'm going to leave this a little bit uneven. I'm not going for a solid color here. So it'll look like it has some texture. If you haven't participated in any of the events, or if you haven't even joined a Facebook group, I would encourage you to do so. You get to see a lot of different types of projects. I lurked in this Facebook group for a long time before I ever commented, and I still haven't participated in any swaps or anything. I don't want to let anybody down, because as I said, my life gets a little bit crazy. But it's good to take on a new challenge, and I have really enjoyed it. All right, I think that probably will cover the area where I'm going to have back exposed. Okay, and it's a little bit less white, a little more color, and it actually goes pretty well with my sheets of paper. So let's put these down. I think I want the fun pattern in front. This is just a little bit wider, so I'm going to put this down. Oh, but before I do that, because I'm actually going to use this and put a fair amount of content in it, I am going to widen it just a little bit. This is the center fold of the card, and I'm going to line that up on 6, and I'm going to score it a 1/4 of an inch. If you've ever seen a manila file folder, they score the bottom so that it can expand, and that's essentially what I'm doing. I'm scoring it a 1/4 of an inch on either side of the fold so that this can expand to accommodate the contents. And I had to score it pretty heavily because this is the heavy cardstock. Give that a little fold there, and then burnish it. And just by doing it a 1/4 of an inch, I haven't cut off any of the graphic on the front either. Let's do that on the side too, before I put anything in this. Get that bit done. And mash it into place. Okay, so we have a little bit more growing room, and put the fun pattern in the front. I want this to be, I'm just eyeballing this here. This is sort of flyby of the seat of your pants crafting. We'll measure here from the tag. I want this to be a little bit further up the page. And let's call that good there. We'll just make a little mark right there. Because this is folded in half, I know that it's going to be even on both sides, so I just need to line it up. So we're going to go down here, and if I wasn't filming, as I said, just need a straight edge here, I would probably sew this. Okay. And then, to make sure it's a little bit up from the bottom, we'll tape it across here, taping my paint stick to the card. There we go. So, line this up with my little mark and cover it so that you can't see it. There we go. And we'll do the same thing with the festive print. A little bit lower, and I can see that the edge of the card is right. Oops, out of camera. I can see that the edge of the card is right here. So we're going to go from right here across. Again, we're eyeballing here down to where the bottom of the card is. And I know it's a little bit in here. And then, so we can get a straight line. Ah! I mashed my tape runner. Right there. Just a skosh more there. Line that up. And we will call that good. Okay. Now, because this piece of paper is folded, I'm going to go ahead and tape that down like this. So you can't do that. And same thing here. Okay. So now we have two lovely pockets. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Now we kind of want to match this side, so we'll say right about there. Put our tape down. And because this is a simple project, I feel okay about just eyeballing it. Usually, I'm a measurer, but for this little project, since everything is already square we're starting with, it's not that big a deal. All right. And then, let's see, let's go right about there. Yeah, that looks about right. And where's the bottom of the card? Right there. Making sure I know where I'm going here. Okay. Line that up. Squash it down. Tape. Oops. Under here. And under here. And now I will trim this. Ordinarily, I would do this on the paper trimmer, but let's go ahead and do it on the trimmer. Just because I'm always happier with the results when I do. And it happens to be right here. So, put this in here. I'm just trimming this up so that it's square to the edges of the card. By the way, if you are in the market for a paper trimmer, I just love this one. It is it's a Fiskars. I think it's a Fiskars. And it folds out, and I have it folded in at the moment because I'm not cutting anything particularly big. But it seemingly will cut through anything I need it to. I'm cutting through 4 layers of paper, but I've cut through boards, and foam core a number of times. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's hard because of this piece, this plastic piece, to cut things that are very narrow, because you can't manipulate them easily with this plastic piece in the way. All right. So here we have our lovely little embellishment book. That was pretty fast. I think what I probably should have done if I was going to divide the pockets is tape them down when I had it there. I may get out the sewing machine yet and run it through the sewing machine. But in the meantime, I've got lovely little places for my doodads. And because I didn't split the pocket, I do have room for some bigger things. Just barely in that back pocket. And I like this quite a bit. It'll hold a lot of things because we put in that gusset. Not really a gusset. We expanded the fold. How about that? So I can put lots of things in it, which is good because I have many tags. And we have another thing made for the holidays or for a gift for somebody. I have a lot of Christmas tags, and I think this is pretty darn spectacular, and it was fast to make. I'm going to have a lot of cards given to me over the holidays, and I think I'll be setting them aside to make things like this. All right. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the Friendly Junk Journal People 12 Days of Christmas. I know I did. I would encourage you to break out of your mold and try some new things the way I just did. Thanks so much. Have a great day.